Hey, hi, hello, my friends. How are you? I hope you guys are doing incredible. I hope your Tuesday was good, and I hope your Wednesday is going well. If by some miracle you're in somewhere where you're on Thursday, the future, I hope that's going incredible for you as well. I just need you guys to know that I'm incredibly fucking stupid, okay? And do you want to know why I'm incredibly fucking stupid? The answer is because I, like an absolute buffoon, pressed the start stream button on on OBS, but I didn't press the go live button on YouTube. So this entire time, I've been streaming, I've been yapping, I've been showing you guys what I'm drawing today, and none of you were seeing shit because I didn't press to go live. So that one's on me. We're already off to a great start of me being a dumb bitch. So what is up? Yeah. So, today we are going to celebrate my persona, because if you didn't know, ViaPig was designed on August 10th of 2023, and now it is August 12th of 2026. So it has been exactly 3 years and 2 days since this little piggy became my persona. She's 3 and 29 at the same time. What a talented little creature she is, right? It's Via's birth. A little bit belated, but yes. Basically what happened was I am dumb, right? And TLDR, I forgotted. So I have kind of the worst memory on Earth. And so like when I came back from my break on Monday, it didn't even come to my mind that it was ViaPig's birthday. I was so excited to draw Oinky Orchard stuff. I was so, like, high-strung about, like, coming back to streaming after a week off. Like, I just did not even comprehend it. And the reason I found out was not because I looked down and saw the date. No, it was because on Facebook Memories the day after, so yesterday, on Tuesday, it said, I forgot my persona's birthday. So yes, 2 years in a row I forgot ViaPig's birthday. Don't worry, it is now a permanent reminder every year in my phone until the end of time. But that was a little bit embarrassing. But the good news was I found out the day before my next stream, so now we can do her little belated celebration. Now, I have opened up a ViaPig Q&A. Ask anything about my persona that you want, whether that be a question about her lore. I know she doesn't really have lore, she's just me, but you know, you can ask that. Would you rather, her preferences, favorite things, you know, like how she would handle a situation, or what kinds of things, whatever. Whatever you can think of that's a ViaPig question. Since it's her day, go ahead and ask it and I shall answer to the very best of my ability. Anything you want. Safe for work, though. Because ViaPig's a safe for work character. And I think that's it on that. Hang on. So Moon asks... Damn, you guys are good. Okay, so I'm gonna answer these in a minute, but first I'm gonna show you what we're drawing today. So, the picture we're drawing today is actually something I started a while ago. I started it way back in June, actually. And here it is, by the way. Hang on. Whoops, accidentally clicked to change the name. Here's the drawing we're gonna be working on today. It's a cute little beach piece. And I started this in June. At one point, I think one morning I woke up and I was like, man, I really want to draw ViaPig today, but I don't know what to do. So I started drawing on my upstairs tablet, because I have a small iPad that, like, not a pro, just a normal one that I use to watch YouTube every night before bed, because this is the one you're watching on now. This is my work iPad. So I was just sketching this on my other one, and then I had to set it aside because I had to do ViaPig's reference sheet, which was something that was required for Art Fight, so I had to get that done in June. And then I was also working on the like PNG tuber model that you see on screen, like just the base for it in general, and then setting it up for Art Fight. I was working on setting up my Art Fight, I was working on setting up the layout for the Art Fight streams. It was just a lot of work, and I totally forgot that this piece existed until the other night when I opened up my iPad to doodle something and I saw it again and I go, wow, I gotta finish that at some point. And then when it came to me thinking of what should I draw for ViaPig on her birthday, I just said, oh yeah, I have something I could finish, duh. So I'm gonna finish this up, and if I still have time after, we'll see what I can, you know, fill it with. But I'm not sure, because today is a shorter stream, only 4 hours. Kind of less than 4 hours now because I'm a dumbass, but that's okay, right? So this is going to be drawn in the what's it called? The Oinktober style. You guys are pretty familiar with it by now. The Oinktober style is the one that is used for my little PNG tuber. It's the one that's used for this. If you've seen my Oinktober challenge, you know. Sup, you gotta go to school tomorrow? Oh man, that's rough, I'm sorry. Jay finally got the kids in his school today, so their school went back today. I always think it's weird that school starts in the middle of the week. Start that shit on Monday. Not that I want people to have to, like, go sooner, but I don't like that people's schools are starting in the middle of the week. Like, that bugs me. Okay, so let me open up the ViaPig Q&A and I'll see what kind of questions we got in here. There's 4 of them. 5 of them. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to answer is Moon. And Moon asks, what is your favorite thing to draw on Via? What do you mean? Like, what's my favorite detail to draw? What's my favorite, like, type of outfit to draw? Like, what's the vibes here? Oops, that was too far down. I gotta know the full context of the question. I'm assuming that, yeah, is details? Okay. Alright, 1 second. Let me just get to the pencil brush. There we go. Alright. So, my favorite thing to draw on ViaPig... Honestly, I think it's really hard to pick a favorite, because I love drawing the little piggy nose. Fun fact, it's one of the first things I draw when I start drawing her. I love drawing her hair, especially in chibi, and I love drawing her little hands. And Pete's. I honestly love drawing every part of her. The only thing I don't really love is drawing her arms, because I find them really difficult. And sometimes her ears. Her ears are kind of hard occasionally for some reason, and I'm not really sure why that is. So, that's the answer for that, I would say. Is I really like almost everything except her arms and her ears sometimes. But of those, like, my specific... I can't even pick a specific favorite because I love drawing her body, too. I don't know. This is a really hard question, honestly. I definitely really love drawing her hair when she's chibi. Love drawing the nose because that's where I start, like I said. Love the hands, love the feet. Love her body shape. Yeah. Okay. The next question, which is also from Moon, is what is Via's favorite fruit? And that is a hard question because Via loves fruit. She's just like me for real, for real. Girly is a fruit lover. She will basically eat, honestly, most of the basic fruits that you can think of, like berries and stuff. Like, girl will eat blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. She'll eat watermelon. She'll eat apples. She'll sometimes eat oranges. She's a bit picky about oranges. Theoretically, she would eat a lemon. She likes tomatoes. Girl just loves veggies, TBH. Or veggies, fruits. Girl loves fruits, TBH. I would say her favorite is probably strawberries, if they count. I know they're berries, but berries are fruits, whatever. I think really likes strawberries, really likes grapes, and really likes watermelon, I would say, are probably her favorites. And she really loves blueberries if they're sour. That's definitely that's a preference of hers. She doesn't really like sweet blueberries. She likes them to be tart. Alright, next question is from Gorilla, and they ask, what is ViaPig's favorite outfit? And that's actually a fun question to answer, because ViaPig has a very distinct style for her. She really just wears comfy clothes, so I'm talking sweaters, I'm talking... Does that look right to me? I don't know. I think it does. I'm talking sweaters, I'm talking t-shirts, shorts, sweatpants. Whatever she can wear that's, like, relatively comfy, she probably wants to be wearing. However, if I had to pick her favorite of all of the outfits that she gets drawn in, I would say it's a tie between her main Oink shirt, the purple and blue one that says Oink on the front, or her, that red that red gradient hoodie with hearts on it. For sure. Because, fun fact, those are the first 2 outfits I ever drew her in, and I'm very partial to how they look on her because of that. However, recently, I have really been a fan of, Oh, you know what? I'm lying. I'm actually lying right now because, guys, I forgot about something. So there's a shirt that I've never drawn ViaPig in because it's pretty detailed, but I love it so much, okay? It's this little shirt. It's got, like, a group of... It's orange, like, pumpkin orange, kind of. It's got a group of gnomes on it, and the gnomes are all holding various, like, fall things. So some of them have, like, pumpkin pie. Some of them have, like, what's it called? Like a pumpkin spice drink. Some of them are carrying, you know, just different pumpkin-related things. And then there's pumpkins and leaves around it. And that's, my, like, personally, IRL, that's my favorite shirt. And I want nothing more than to draw ViaPig in it, but the art is so detailed. I could never recreate it without straight up tracing it, so I've been apprehensive to do that, but that's definitely her favorite shirt. Like, by far. Like, by a large fucking margin. That shit ain't even close. Happy Piggyversary! Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello, souls. Hello, Midnight. Welcome in, welcome in. I am currently in the process of answering some questions about my persona. If you have any, you can put them in the questions tab, or just in chat, but the questions tab makes it more likely that I'll see them. Alright, so the next question is by Chestnut. Based on one of your pieces, Via is able to create pigs from paint. Does she have powers? Oh, okay, this is a good question, actually. So, Via has no magic. None. Because basically the thing about ViaPig is she's just me. And I don't got magic, because in the real world, it's not fun like that. We don't be getting magic in the real world, which is a load of bullshit if you ask me. That piece, where she's painting the piggies, is meant to be more metaphorical. So I painted that piece as kind of a symbolic art to signify that I was changing my artistic direction. I wanted to have some kind of an art piece that shows that what I want to do in my life is focus on drawing ViaPig and drawing pig characters, like, in general. And the best way that I was able to figure out to show that, with the help of a friend, of course, is to draw her, like, painting with a giant paintbrush an ocean situation. Like a river of paint, and having some piggies hop out of it while she's painting. So it's more of a metaphorical piece. There's no canon to it. Like, no canon or truth or actual ability. It was, like, something I was looking for to make a statement rather than to be, like, lore accurate, if that makes sense. Hang on. For anybody who's wondering what piece that is, let me pop it on screen really quick. Hang on. It won't take me long. Give me a second. I just gotta grab it from the folder within which it lives, which is this one. Here we go. Hang on, I'm gonna have to make it smaller because it's a pretty big image. Okay, this is the image they're referring to, where the piggies are, she's painting like a river of paint and the piggies are hopping out of it. So that's the vibes for that. You literally slept through half the day. You really need to do something. I felt that. I slept a lot today, not gonna lie. But yeah, so this is the art piece, and it's purely metaphorical and, like, for serotonin. There's nothing else to it, unfortunately. Let's pop that out, and I'll go on to the next and final current question. And it says, does ViaPig have any silly phobias? And that's also a pretty fun question. I guess it would depend what you consider to be silly. Because ViaPig has a bunch of phobias, but I think they're pretty serious phobias, generally speaking. Like, she has very severe, a very severe dentist phobia and a very severe hospital phobia. But I don't think she's, like, unfathomably terrified of, like, a specific individual, like, silly thing, if that makes sense. I am thinking, though, to see if I can think of anything that would qualify, I guess. Oh, you know what? I don't know if it would count as a phobia, but ViaPig, not a fan of bugs that fly. So here's the thing. Much like me, Via the pig is blind as shit. And so she really doesn't fuck with bugs that fly, because here's the issue. They fly fast, and they're small. So not only can she not see them because they're small, but she also can't see them because they're moving, so she can't even pinpoint them properly. So she doesn't like flies, she doesn't like bees, she doesn't like anything that can fly. Stink bugs, totally out of the question. That's a hell no from Via the pig, right there. No stink bugs for her. But I don't know if it goes to phobia. But I think it's definitely, like, a strong fear, at least. Because she will, like... How do I explain this? She, you know, when she was a piglet... Not necessarily a piglet, but when she was pretty young... there was a time that there was a fly in her room, and it scared her so bad that she screamed so loud that it fell out of the air and died. True story, by the way. That happened in my real life, actually. Because bugs. And it's like a thing where, honestly, same, hate when flies get close to my ear. Yeah, real. Because you hear them and they go by, but you don't see them because they're, like, fast as fuck, boy. And so that's ViaPig's issue with them as well. So girl is a bug hater. She's gotten a bit better with it. As long as they don't touch her, she's, like, mostly chill. But getting to that point was rough. Took years. Like, in general, it's the kind of fear... And you said she had no powers. Well, she doesn't have that power anymore. You want to know why she don't? Because my voice physically can't go high enough to kill a fly with a scream anymore. Which I think is fucked up. I think I should still be able to do that, personally speaking. God, what I wouldn't give to be able to scream and kill bugs again. But alas. Let's see what I missed while I was looking at that. I can light things on fire, that's my magic. Your mom's silly fear is Care Bears, that's true, we've talked about that. School starts next week on Monday, tomorrow's just the 10th graders. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I would say that's definitely her silly fear. Oh, yay, new question. Okay, new question by midnight. If ViaPig could choose, what color would she paint her room? Okay, actually, let me think about this, because we painted my bedroom a while ago. Like, physically, like, it was years ago, like 2015 or 16. And I have been wanting to change it, but I don't know what I would want to change it to. I will say I painted my office, like lavender. I think theoretically, if ViaPig was gonna paint either her office or bedroom, she would probably want it to be light blue. If I think about it. Like the color that's on the birthday party hat that is on the little avatar. Because she wouldn't want it to be pink. I don't think. Because then, you know, then she's got all the pink piggy plushies. And then everything in her room is pink. And she likes, like me personally, I like contrast. So I think that if I were to repaint my room, it would be blue. It is currently blue, but it's like blue painted like a mural, I guess. It's painted to look like a forest, because that's what I wanted when I was younger. A little bit younger. But I think she would paint it just like a mostly solid blue, maybe with some slight patterns. And then she would have a bunch of white and pink furniture, I would say, probably. Art fight was awesome. Let's see, hang on, let me read. Genuinely had so much fun with your first year of art fight. You really need to clean up your profile. Yeah, I had a really good time with art fight too. It kind of ended up, hang on, I gotta get up and turn on my light. It kind of ended up being a little double-edged because even though I had a ton of fun, toward the end there, I really wanted to just do my own thing and I couldn't because I felt bad not doing my very best to get everybody back. So, toward the end there, I was a little frustrated, but it was fun nonetheless. I got a bunch of art that I'm really happy with that's sitting in my art carousel now, and I got, I made a bunch of art that people really liked and that made them really happy, and that makes me happy. Love when people laugh, and I can be, the reason. There we go. Get ready for an army of fruit vias being hurled at you next year. No, wait, that's so fun. I would love that. I will say a lot of people did that this year. I was drawn as a banana, I think 2 or 3 times, and I was also drawn as a tomato. And although I didn't, get drawn as a ton of fruits, I also did get drawn with a bunch of fruits. Like, a lot of people would draw her eating a strawberry, or somebody drew her as, a little bonbon type character, like a little mochi character that was, strawberry flavored. So, that was really fun and cute, and I really liked that. Big fan, big fan. Alright, next question is another one from Gorilla. It says, if Via was guaranteed safe, would she rather explode the deep ocean or the far reaches of space? Ooh, these are the kind of questions I like, because how am I supposed to answer that? Nah, that's crazy. Let me, okay, hang on. I'm weighing the thoughts in my head, because here's the thing. My thought process is, I think the ocean is really cool, and I would feel really guilty harming it. And so, obviously, she would as well. Because, blowing up the ocean would probably harm some fish. It would probably mess with their homes in the ecosystem, and even if, ViaPig herself physically was safe, it would probably cause some kind of a crisis, because our water would be hella polluted from the explosion for what I imagine would be a long time. So I think the safer and, the option that I would feel is more air quote ethical if we had to blow something up, I think it would be space. Because space is so vast, you could blow something up anywhere. You could send a rocket, billions and billions and billions of miles away. Places where it would never touch us. Places where you know for a fact there's no life, and you could just blow something up out there, and it would affect nobody. But it would still be cool. So I think if ViaPig's blowing something up, she's picking space, because the ocean is too cool and too aesthetic, and ViaPig loves the animals, and they would not fare well if we blew up their sea. IMO. Let's just cheat the circle here. Hell yeah. Also, I'm a little bit biased because I've been playing the Pokopia DLC and really loving Bubbly Basin. so that would do it. You're exploding the sun? No, we actually need that or we'll all die. Oh, explore! I can't fucking read! I'm so sorry. Why did I explode those cosmic horrors, girl. I need to copy and paste that into my Discord. That shit's funny as hell. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. That's so fucking funny. Damn, Via became a firework? Okay, so now let me answer the real question. Would she, if she was guaranteed to be safe, would ViaPig rather explore the deep ocean or the far reaches of space? Explore, not explode. If we're exploding, she's picking space. If we're exploring, ocean. Ocean for sure. Because here's the thing. She's guaranteed to be safe. So something like, you know, if we still had something like some giant sea monster in the depths, she's safe, so it's fine. Like, it would be terrifying to know about, but it would be cool. Like, she'd get to see it. So I kind of think that would be really neat. Like, ViaPig ain't blowing up in no Titan sub, you feel me? Yeah, definitely the ocean, because space is cool, but I think I'd have a way more serious existential crisis if I was exploring space and we found something. Like, we would come back to Earth and I would be fearing for my fucking life every day. I'd be like, oh my god, there's guys out there, they're gonna find us someday. Like, forever. I don't think I could handle it. So I'm gonna say the ocean. Because nothing that I can find in the ocean is going to scare me as much as finding, like, another species that lives. There we go. You know, that's the best that the beach ball is gonna get, I'm not gonna lie. Should draw drenched moon? Draw soggy moon is funny. Post the entirety of my May No Seas lore in chat. ViaPig ain't no billionaire. Hell nah, she's poor as fuck. I gotta use Klarna to make expensive purchases? They're just single cellular organisms. Fair enough. Alright, that is the current last question, so I will mark it as closed. And if you guys have any more, make sure you pop them in the questions channel and I'll be sure to check them as often as I remember to. Or as often as you guys tell me to as well. Gosh, I love lining this style. This is so fun. I'm having a great time right now. I gotta do her ear. There we go. Okay, so it's time to color the pig. Oh, that's right, I didn't draw her eyes, but I didn't draw her eyes for a reason, because I know for a fact that the eyes I did in this are way too big for this style, so I didn't want to draw them right away, I wanted to draw them after the fact. And then I think I just need to make it very slightly bigger. And I think that's correct. Oops. It's a little too big, actually. Oh, I didn't realize I put this on a new layer, W. That's so easy for me to work with. Okay, let me turn that off. Does that look normal? Mostly, but I do need to edit this one to be facing a little this way. There we go. That's a pig! Moon getting drenched would be very funny because she uses fire magic, so drenched moon would be like Roy Mustang on a rainy day. Tragically, I don't know who that is to understand your reference. Okay, but genuinely, the tomato Via was so fun to draw. You were cackling when you were drawing it. I love tomato Via. That shit is so funny to me. Because why is she just, her expression is so good. And she's just there, round as fuck, ready to pelt you with tomatoes. And it reminds me of a joke that I have in my friend group. So sometimes when we want to be like, oh, boo, you stink, you know, the way that we do that is boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. And so it's funny that Via's one tomato, and in each hand she's holding 2 tomatoes, so Via is all 3 of the boo, tomato, tomato, tomatoes. And that shit's so funny. Because anytime I want to say boo, tomato, 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 anytime, I can just post it. Hang on. Hang on. Chat, I need to check. Did I give ViaPig eyebrows in this style, or no? Come here, files. From Full Metal Alchemist. Ah, that explains it. Didn't even know. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, that, like, took me out. That shit was so good. I think that I do give her eyebrows, but is it in all of them, or just some of them? Okay, there's stick eyebrows, dot eyebrows, no eyebrows, angy little eyebrows, line eyebrows, no eyebrows. Damn, sometimes I just didn't give them to her. I said, girl, no eyebrows for you. Eyebrows are there, but they're round. There's no eyebrows there. No eyebrows there. Damn, I don't want her to have eyebrows, apparently. There's eyebrows there, there's circles, nothing there. Nothing there. I guess it seems like it maybe depends on if she's doing an expression that requires eyebrows. That's what I'm getting, because when she's just sitting there casually, she doesn't seem to have them. But, like, in this particular style. But when she has, like, a specific expression on, sometimes she gains them. I don't really know what my vibes are with this. She just sometimes has them and sometimes don't. And sometimes they're, like, little dots, and sometimes they're, like, full lines. So I'm not really sure what my criteria is for whether or not Via the Pig gets eyebrows in my art pieces. Like, what the hell? But it looks like... Oh my god, dude, this is hilarious. I never noticed how inconsistent her eyebrows were in the Oinktober series. That's actually so funny. Via's the Rotten Tomato spectator in a movie theater. It all makes sense. Well, so here's the thing. I'm not very critical of movies. I think for this one, I'm not gonna give her eyebrows because she's just doing a casual smile. There's no need for them. Okay. Now let's color the girl. Where's the pen brush I used to color? Hang on. It's not that one. Is it this one at the bottom? Yeah, it's that one. I found it. This is so cute. Thank you. Also, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Just accidentally knocked a pin needle off your poster and it landed somewhere in your carpeted room? Oh god, you're cooked. Here, my PNG tuber has no eyebrows. I know. She just gets them sometimes. And sometimes she doesn't. Okay, new, ooh, we got good questions in here. Wait, no, this is great. This is great. Wait, no, you guys are so good at asking questions. Holy shit. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to answer is from Epic Boyo, and it says, does she have a favorite show or franchise? I have to think about this one. So ever since she was a wee pig, Via has been very, very invested in Pokemon. And I'm saying very invested. You know, she always wanted the new games, always wanted the figures, always wanted to watch the show. Oh shit, I forgot to put the rest, hang on. Forgot to put the rest of her bathing suit on. Whoops. Via's got one cheek out. SOS. That's not supposed to happen. Anyway, sorry. And then, like, I got really into Animal Crossing, and now I really fuck with Animal Crossing. But I think Pokemon's gotta be the one, because I feel like that's the consistent one. Like, that's the one she sticks with. Like, no matter what she's into, she always will be interested in Pokemon. So I think that'll be it. As far as, like, a show, I don't think there's a show. Because I don't watch TV that much, like, in general. If anything, I watch YouTube. And YouTube is usually based on whatever I'm interested in at the time. So currently I'm watching a bunch of Pokopia videos. But like I don't know. I don't watch TV very consistently. Usually when I do, it's drama though. Crime drama, like medical drama, any kind of drama is what I would like to watch, you know? Alright, next question. Got a really good Golisopod figure from Target for only like $13. Sick! Hello, Wandering! Hi, welcome in! Alright, let's see what else I got in the questions. Okay. If it was a one-way trip, would ViaPig rather go back anywhere in time in the past or anywhere in any time in the future? Honestly, I would not want to go into the past, because in the past, ViaPig don't exist. Which I'm not saying, like, she wouldn't want to go in the past because she doesn't exist. Like, I'm saying if it was me, I don't think I could go back in time. Although if I were gonna go back in time, I would need to tell my younger self to make ViaPig now instead of wait 20 years. I think she would want to go to the future, but she wouldn't want to go very far. I'm gonna get political for all of 30 seconds. ViaPig would want to go to whenever the fuck Trump is gone and our country is normal. Normal enough, you know? She would want to go to whenever the MAGA situation is over, because she can't handle that shit. Whenever we have, like, normal politicians again. I don't know, that might be... I hope that's not a controversial answer in my chat. Based ViaPig. Yeah, no, if I could just skip the next couple of years and come back when we've picked somebody else, I would love to do that. Please and thanks. Please and thanks. This is too stressful. Living in this country right now, hate it here. I'm stressed out all the fucking time. Send help. So yeah, I think, like, specifically, the way that I would word it is ViaPig wants to go into the future as far as it takes for us to have, like, a normal life situation again, whether that be the situation of, like, the president, whoops, or, like, a new president, or a couple new presidents down the line, and, like, finally the MAGA cult is, like, over and dealt with, and they're not being insane anymore, you know? Just whenever we can live, like, normal again. And by normal, I mean, like, the economy is okay. Not, like, you know, not perfect, not insane, but it's, like, it's tolerable, you know, you can live in that. When we stop, like, overturning very important human rights laws and all that shit. Yeah, that's when I want to come back. Let me cryo-freeze until that day, please and thanks. Walt Disney me, please, thanks. Chat, why did I go all the way down her bathing suit? What is wrong with me? I literally knew because of how I did the bathing suit here. Why did I do that again? Dear Lord. Guys, we gotta take me out. I'm a little dumb. I always color the clothes separately from her, like, skin. Hoping that women's rights and gender equality because you think your mom doesn't believe in gender equality? That's rough. No such thing as normal politicians, just less stupid? You're right. I guess what I mean by normal is, like, I want to go back to when it was less... like, everything was way less aggressive, I guess? Like, when politicians were normal in the sense that, like they were just, you know, doing the average thing. They weren't trying to, like, overthrow the world, you know? They were just being like, ah, yeah, this would probably be good for America. And it's like, okay, well, I disagree with you, but sure. Type deal. But yeah, so I think that's when she would pick for her time is the future when things are better. Better, maybe not perfect, but less, you know, fearing for our life type situation, you know? You feel me? Alright, next question. Oh, this is funny because I actually have the answer to this one. Hang on. So the next question is by Midnight Mako, and it is, who would be the first me that Via would make on her Tomodachi Island? Fun fact, the first me I made on my Tomodachi Island was ViaPig. So I think she would make herself. and if herself doesn't count, like if just designing like her as a me is like, no, be more creative, she'd pick Cece. She would add Cece to her island. Because that's the second person we added. Third was Rai. God, I love coloring in this style. Sorry I went quiet. I was just enjoying the satisfaction that is coloring with this pen. Gotta also color this arm. Whoops. But yeah, no, the answer is herself. And yes, she would make herself a pig. Because I did that too, and it's so cute. I could actually, hilariously, I could show you guys that if you want to see it. It's only gonna get worse or take 10 years to get better. Yeah, see, like, I'm stressed about that. Okay, next is by Chestnut, and they ask, hang on, select the question. What's your favorite meme you've done with ViaPig? What led to Via doing art in her life? Her hobbies? Okay, so, since that's 3 questions, I'm gonna answer... I gotta think about what's my favorite meme, but I can answer, what led to her doing art in her life and what her hobbies are. Because those are just me. / silly. So... Via, she's always been like an arty kid. You know? You give that girl a box of crayons, she's doodling. Like, that's who she be. She's the one that be doodling, you know? And so she always really liked art, but she didn't pursue it very seriously, she just did it, you know? And then, when she was... in, like, grade school, she had a friend who was so good at art. And that friend made Via feel inspired, and she wanted to be so good at art. So she locked in on art. And got good at art. Eventually, she got into digital art because she, like I mentioned, I think, I don't remember when, but in a different stream, she went to this little, hang on, I think I just got a text. Did I just get a text? I did. Thank you, Susan. Anyway. So... yeah. So then she got into digital art when she went to a little, like, web design thing. And the web design thing was, like, taught them how to draw in, like, MS Paint. And ViaPig was like, holy shit, I love this MS Paint shit. This is so fun. And so she decided to pursue drawing in MS Paint. And then eventually she started seeing people drawing, like, because she would watch speed paints a lot. well, I would watch speed paints a lot. This is basically, anytime you guys ask a question about ViaPig's, like, life, this is a me question. So, I'm technically answering this as myself, and any of this history that I'm giving you is canon to ViaPig and me. But anyway, I used to watch a lot of speed paints, and one of the things I would see people use a lot, aside from Paint Tool Sai, was GIMP. And so, ViaPig got GIMP, and started doing speed paints, and then she never stopped. Unfortunately, I don't have access to those speed paints anymore. YouTube locked me out of the channel, and I kind of think they deleted it, unfortunately, and I can't get it back. So, all those videos are gone. But, they did exist at one point. They sure did. Her hobbies, other than, obviously, art, ViaPig really likes to play cozy games. She likes collecting things. She likes, you know, collecting the Lulu Piggies. She likes collecting, Nintendo consoles. She likes collecting little horse figures and stuff. Pig plushies as well. She just enjoys collecting shit. Tamagotchis, of course. Virtual pet care. She likes streaming. She likes watching YouTube. But it's mostly art and cozy games, pretty much. As for my favorite meme of ViaPig, this is so hard to answer because I love memeing my persona. Y'all gotta understand, there is no feeling greater than memeing my persona. But I would say if I had to pick one, hang on, I gotta see if this is the right brush. I don't know if it is or not. I don't think it is. Hang on, let me find the right one. Real quick. Is it this one? No. Although it is square like the one I need. Is it this one? Oh, it might be this one. Hang on. I think it's this one. Bruh, why can't I figure out which brush I use? Hello? Not that one for sure. Oh, it's this one, I bet. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. Or is it? Bruh, I'm crashing out. Which one is it? I think I've tried them all. It's definitely not this one. That's too dark. Where is it? Oh, it's this one. I found it. Okay, sorry. I would say, if I have to pick a favorite meme of ViaPig, right? I would say I'm picking probably Feral Via. Not because it's necessarily, like, my best meme ever, but I think it's my most iconic meme ever. So I think for that reason is why I would pick that one. Let's see. Next question. But I'm gonna check chat before I answer it. Hang on. Can't forget what brush you use when you only use like 5? Well, the problem is, so, okay. I don't use a lot of brushes for this particular art style. However, I don't do this art style. This isn't like my main all-the-time art style. If that makes sense. I like this isn't my primary style. This is a style I sometimes do for fun. And so I'm not usually in here, and then sometimes what'll happen is I'll go and I'll be ready to do something from, I'll be like doing a different art piece, and then I'll need one of the brushes out of this set, and then I go back to it later and I'm like, ah, shit, I accidentally used a brush and now I don't remember which one I was on before. So it's not so much that I use too many brushes, it's that I only use a certain specific few brushes for this style, and I unfortunately tend to lose track of which ones those are. Because when I am drawing in other styles, I use different ones. Let's see. Pin all the Procreate brushes you actively use? How do you pin a brush? Like, what do you mean? I don't see that option. I looked for that because somebody mentioned that and I was like, how do you do it? And I couldn't find it. Okay, so the next question I'm answering from Gorilla is, what is ViaPig's favorite and least favorite plant? And this is a hard one, to be very real with you, because I'm not really a plant bitch. I don't really like to garden, and I don't have houseplants because I'm not very good at remembering to take care of them. I would say, in general, she really isn't a fan of flowers. Not because she doesn't like them visually, she thinks flowers are beautiful, but she doesn't like the smell. It, like, overwhelms her autism. Just so she can't stand it. As for a favorite, I think she probably likes succulents. Not necessarily cacti, because they could poke her, but just in general succulents. If we're talking plants to look at and not to own, she really likes leafy plants that are, like, interesting. So, you know, plants that are, like, that have, like, oh, like, the veins of the leaves are red, you know? Or, like, oh, these leaves are, like, totally black, but they're not petals, they're leaves. Like, she really likes plants that are leafy, but the leaves don't just look like leaves. Like a pink leaf with, like, yellow veins. She fucks with those. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Because the leaves, they don't really smell like anything, so they don't, like, they're not a sensory issue for her. But they're cool, nonetheless. You have to go to your recent brushes, then slide right and hit pin. Oh shit, okay. Pin. Pin. Whoa. Let me grab my pencil real quick. So that that's in there too. Oh my god, and then we fucking pin it? Oh my god, you're the smartest person I've ever known. Thank you so much, Crescent. Holy shit. I never knew that in my whole lifetime. Wow. I rate that 1,000 out of 10 knowledge, TBH. Thank you. Love that for me. Grape hyacinth is one of the best smelling plants. I've never smelled it. Procreate out at it again with its damn secrets. Anytime it saved your ass when you discovered it. Oh, that's so, wonderful. It's wonderful. I rate this viewer 10 out of 10. Okay, let's see. What else do I have? Okay, another one from Gorilla is, if ViaPig could only have one elemental power, what would it be? This is fun. I like this one. Shit. It wouldn't be fire, because I think when she gets mad, that would be a bad choice. She'd accidentally catch shit on fire when she's mad, for sure. That is unfortunately something I can see ViaPig doing regularly, totally on accident, and then scaring the shit out of herself. She also has a phobia of house fires, so it definitely wouldn't be fire. You know what? Okay, I have two ideas for this. Idea number one, my first instinct is I want to say water. Because hear me out, right? ViaPig is a fan of, like, the process of swimming, right? But ViaPig does not like being wet when she exits the water. So if she had water magic, right? If she had an elemental power and her elemental power was water, when she's done, she can just dry herself off by by removing the water with like water bending or whatever the shit. She just sucks that shit out of her hair and out of her clothes. Like that would be so good. I think that, cause like I think that would make it so that she could swim and not want to die. Cause like me, I haven't swam in years. The last time I remember, like I actively remember swimming was 2019 when we were at Disney. Because I don't like the feeling of like getting out of the water and being wet. And that's also why I struggle with showering. So I definitely think that it would benefit ViaPig exponentially to be able to use water magic to dry herself off when she gets out the water. And also, bonus points if it's water magic that she can turn into ice. Okay, cause listen, I use more ice cubes in this house than any person has any business using in their lifetime, right? So if ViaPig's water magic also came with the ability to freeze the water like it was any state, like you could control water and also you could change its state, but maybe you couldn't control it when it's out of that state. So like she could freeze or evaporate water, or like boil it. Then I think she would pick water because then I could make my own ice and then I would not have that problem where we have no fucking ice and I need it. So I think that that's the play. Because, like, there are magics that could be cooler elemental-wise, like, you know. But I think water is the best play for ViaPig's specific autism, if that makes sense. I like this question. That was a really fun question. Guess how much vocal synth program plus the voice bank you want is? God, I have no idea. Via's eyebrows have been exploded in space. Yeah, I didn't add them. But yeah, no, I think final answer water, because she would really enjoy having the ability to auto dry herself when she gets out of like the pool or the shower or whatever, or like if she's out in the rain. Plus, if she could use it to freeze ice cubes, she can make her own ice and not have to worry about, you know, not having any. If she could use it, if she could, like, change the temperature, she could evaporate the water. Like, there are so many good things that she could do if she had that ability. So, I think that's the one we gotta give her, TBH. That would actually be so good. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, wish I could have magic in real life. So that I could have water magic and be able to say, fuck my, fuck being wet. I'm not doing that no more. And then delete the water from my body. Oh god, what I wouldn't give. That would make, like, hygiene and everything in my life so much easier. I would be infinitely less stressed with that power. 180 American buckaroonies? That's wild. You could do ice magic too? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's definitely the answer to that one. And I'm like a little sad that it can't really happen in real life. Okay. From Angel Doll, does ViaPig like Animal Farm? Is this a bad time to tell you I don't know what that is? I don't know what Animal Farm is. I assume it's like a game or a series of some kind, but I don't have any experience with it. I've never played it or anything. The book? Ah, the book. The one you read in 9th grade because it's a classic book about communism? Yeah, I don't think I don't think we read that one. We were busy reading Of Mice and Men. So, yeah, I have no idea. I imagine no, because I've never heard of it, unfortunately. Alright, let's do the beach ball now. I think she's gonna have a pastel beach ball, because that's fun and cool. Let me... No! No! Oh my god, I'm gonna crash out. No! I hate when Procreate does that. Okay, there we go. The main character is a pig? Pig drama from that book is real? Oh, glad I don't know about it then. Actually, you guys want to know about some pig drama? I have some funny pig drama lore. So, at one point in my life, one of my friends asked me if I wanted to watch them. They were like playing one of those games where like you have to play with a friend, like a collab game. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the one where you're playing as two women who write different kinds of stories. And like you are going through the stories because a company is like stealing them for like AI or whatever, and you guys are trying to like get out of it. I don't remember what it's called. Fuck. Shit, I wish I remembered. I wish I remembered what it was called. Yeah, that game. So here's the thing, right? My friends were playing it. My friend and his fiance, who is also my friend. Split Fiction. That's what it is. Thank you. So they were playing Split Fiction, and they got to this level where they were playing as pigs. And I thought, and they thought about me, and they were like, "Hey, Via, you should come watch. We're playing as pigs in this level." And I was like, "Okay." So I go to watch. I go in, I'm watching them play. I'm having a fun time. You know, we're watching, we're vibing. All is well in the world. I think I want to switch which color is where. I think the blue goes here, and I think the yellow goes up here instead. No, I lied. Oh no! You know it's coming up! Yeah, so I was watching it. I was none the wiser. And then I watched those pigs fall directly. Don't know how long I'll be here, but happy Pig Day. Thank you, Teal, and welcome in. Yeah, so then I watched them jump down into, like, the meat grinder and then become hot dogs before my very fucking eyes. And I was terrified. I was like, what did you invite me to see? They were like, we didn't know it ended like that. I wasn't, like, really traumatized, but that was the most, like, unintentionally traumatizing moment a friend has ever put me through. I just didn't expect it. And I was like, oh my god. What the fuck? Oh. Yeah, that sure was an experience that I experienced. It sure was. There we go. Psychological mind games? Hot dog. Yes, indeed. Okay, questions again? Alright, next one. Select question from Midnight. It says, what would Via's favorite childhood game be? Examples, tag, hide and seek, etc. Hot take. It's not a hot take. ViaPig, as a kid, used to ride around on her bike and pretend it was a horse. I don't know what you'd call that, but that was her favorite one. But also, big fan of hide and seek. Big fan of hide and seek. And she was and ViaPig, she does not play hide and seek fair, because here's the deal, right? Her cousins all younger than her. Her sister, younger than all her cousins. And so she would play hide and seek, and she would hide really fucking high up where they couldn't even reach or see. and she'd just never get caught. Because she's a little shit like that. Alright, now let's do the background. Now, I'm gonna warn you, this is Multiply, so it is gonna look fucking stupid, just so you know. Like, when I draw behind her, it's gonna make her look brown. But I promise. I'm being normal, I swear. Wrong paint. I want watercolors. Oh yeah, I gotta favorite this watercolor brush too, now that I'm looking at it. There we go. We played a game called Mummy. Missed climbing random things. 198.45. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I like low-key spent that much money last night, but not really. But kind of. Basically, there's this little desk robot that Cece and I were wanting, and they released a special edition last night in both the one that we wanted and, like, a second version. And both of us really liked the special edition, so the natural progression of this situation is that we bought them both. One of them was 120, the other one was like 50, and then we bought them a carrying bag. So altogether, probably around that same price, roughly, almost $200. Fortunately, we had the foresight to use Klarna. So, thank you Klarna again for sponsoring this purchase. And by sponsoring, I really just mean assisting. I received not a dime from Klarna. Have to go tune back in if you're still streaming. Happy Pig Day. Thank you so much, Midnight. I'll be streaming for another 2.5 hours. Roughly. 2 to 2.5 hours. Depends how hungry I get. Because I am getting kind of hungry. But I can hold myself over with a snacky snack. Let's see. Thought about getting a Warhammer mini yesterday. Very cool, very cool. Like a painted one or one that you would paint? Okay, I got one more question to read that's in there now. And it's from Gorilla, and it says, ViaPig wakes up one morning and is suddenly greeted with the news that she has been given complete and total control over the Earth. What is her first move? Oh god. I don't know. Holy shit. You know what? I think her first move is exactly that. She'd sit there, terrified. She'd be like, I don't know. She would start having decision paralysis insanely fast. It would set in instantaneously. Decision paralysis right then and there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she would end up doing in the end because the decision paralysis might kill her. TBH. She'd be like, first order of business, let me spawn in all the Tamagotchis I want. / not serious. But yeah, no, she'd probably die of decision paralysis and ask all her friends for help because she don't know what the fuck to do. Questions. Okay, another question, also by Gorilla. Hang on. Select. ViaPig is suddenly transferred back in time with all the knowledge of modern day to the time when everyone was still hunter-gatherers. What does she do? Oh, fuck. Damn, these are really good questions. Where are you getting these from? Are these just out of your brain like that? Because if so, that's kind of crazy. Okay, now let me do the sky. I think she first starts by having a panic attack. I'm so serious. Because this pig, she don't know how to live her life out there like that. She's stressed as shit. Instantaneous stress. She's definitely having a panic attack, scared, because she's like, they're gonna find me and they're gonna kill me. Like, she's not thinking about this rationally. She's very sure she's going to find, like, cavemen and they're gonna end her life. ViaPig not rational enough for getting sent back in time like that. Let's see. Yeah, no, she's, like, cooked in that scenario, methinks. She probably sits down and cries, and she's like, I want to go home. I don't like it here. I don't have internet or any of my friends. I want to go home. Not gonna lie, I'd not worry about the people and try to see a mammoth in person. That's fair. Via, hello, happy birthday. Hello. It's not actually my birthday, but it is my Persona's birthday. 2 days ago. Cost over $50 is rough, by the way. Yeah, no, I think my immediate response would be like, I want to go home. Okay, another question. This one is by Angel Doll again. If ViaPig was a My Little Pony, would she be a unicorn, Earth Pony, or Pegasus? And what would she look like? And what is her cutie mark? I like this. So I think... So I've actually, like, done this before. Fun fact. Because I've put ViaPig in Ponytown. So, from putting ViaPig in Ponytown, I can tell you, she is a pig. / silly. No, I can tell you from experience that she would be a Earth Pony. Because, because when it comes to ViaPig, I kind of try to stick to being realistic. If that makes sense. So, like, I don't have magic, therefore ViaPig as a pony wouldn't have magic either. Which I know isn't very whimsical, I know. But that's just how I be doing it. So she's an Earth Pony. She would probably look pretty similar to herself now. Like colors and marking wise. So she'd have like the brownish, tannish, grayish hair. Like the blonde hair. She'd have the pink body. She'd have, you know, I would like to think that she'd have like folded floppy ears, but I know that's not a normal pony activity. So she just is there. I think she would have, for her cutie mark, she'd probably have a pig with a paintbrush or something, or paint splatters instead of mud. Now, what would that mean? I don't know, you tell me. But that's just what I think it would be. As like a pig with a paintbrush. A pig with a paintbrush or paint splatters in place of mud, for sure. W me having thought about this because of Ponytown. Thanks, Ponytown, for sponsoring this knowledge. I keep saying thanks for sponsoring. I do need to make it clear I've never had to sponsor a day in my life, and I don't think I ever will. It's just funny to say. That's what it boils down to for me. It's funny to say. Okay, and ooh, another question. Select. Okay, so Batman Lover says, if Via had superpowers, what would they be besides being silly? So somebody actually asked a similar question earlier, but they asked about elemental powers. So I've got two answers for this one. Theoretically, Via would choose the power of teleportation. Because here's the thing. Girl, blind as shit. Can't drive. Has a plane phobia. Can't fly anywhere, right? So if she could teleport, that would solve all the problems. She'd be able to go see her long-distance friends without having to drive. If she needed something at the store, she could just teleport to the store. If she was hungry, she wouldn't need delivery. She'd just teleport there, get the food, and come home. if she wanted to go on vacation, like her family was like, okay, we want to go to Disney, right? And it was like, oh, but we have to take a plane? No need. ViaPig will just teleport to the end when you guys land, you know? Like we'd be good. So I think definitely teleportation. However, I will also reiterate my other answer from earlier, because it's similar in that it, like, solves a ViaPig problem. And basically, I said that her elemental power, if she had one, would be control over water. Because then she could go swimming, and then when she gets out of the pool, she could, you know, she could just dry herself off instantaneously with magic. And then she could... I need to lighten this, I just realized. And then, you know, when she gets out of the shower, she can instant dry. All that kind of stuff. I don't know what to make her bathing suit look like. This is a struggle. And then she would be like... Moon's a Draconiquist? Sick. Hey, Jay, welcome in. Yeah, no, so... I will say... Oh, and the other thing I was like, oh, she could, like, freeze ice so that she could freeze water so that she didn't need to have, like, she wouldn't have an issue with not having ice or whatever. So, yeah, but I definitely think teleportation would be the better answer to this conundrum. So, that one for sure. I gotta find a way to add water in the background. I'll do that in a little bit. Hang on, let's get a question. Alright, next question by Gorilla. What's ViaPig's favorite genre of anything? Her favorite music genre is, like, lo-fi. Lo-fi, specifically lo-fi, like, game music. But also just lo-fi music in general. I would say. When it comes to TV, I don't know a specific genre, but just animation. Animated TV shows, animated movies, all that. Books, fantasy every time. Definitely not, like, romantasy or, like, super crazy, spicy fantasy, but she would like fantasy books. What am I gonna do for her outfit? Because I don't just want to make it blue. What's her favorite genre of music? Her favorite genre of music, I did answer, fortunately. Disregard my disregard question when it comes up. Just dot white along the horizon. Some big spots. I missed some big spots? I did. I'm blind. Easy answer for this question. Hang on. Clear. And then I take this and I clear it again. And then boom, I unmissed every spot. Let's go. Make the bottom of the sky look like water. Summer Piggy indeed. I think I was talking to you, Jay, when I sketched this. So that's fun. Okay, guys, I'm getting hungry, so I'm just going to really quick get up, walk across my office, and grab a snack real quick. I'll mute when I eat it, so you don't have to listen to that. Jay says his legs are wet pasta noodles. That's rough, buddy. Hang on, opening my my gushers. Rainbow gushers. Okay. I'm gonna try a couple things for the water. We'll see what I think works. Actually, I had to stand up and teach today, and you're a big baby. That's real. There we go. I think Jay needs barefoot shoes slash half joking. No, actually full joking, he'd die. I forgot about the bone spur, my bad. Guys, I think I've achieved water. Alright. Now let me just erase that shit. Can smell the sea salt, let's go. Beautiful indeed, thank you. Okay, new question. This question's from Angel Dolls, and they asked, what's ViaPig's biggest pet peeve other than mispronouncing and misspelling words? I gotta think about this one, because I got a couple. I would say, and this is gonna sound, no, I can't say that. That's gonna sound way too mean. I can't say that one. I'll do one that's related to something that happens in my house. My dad, for some reason, when he's downstairs, always, like on work days, leaves the gates open. And I don't know why the fuck he does that. Like, that shit don't make sense to me. Why you leave them open like that? Okay, ViaPig. What am I going to do about your bathing suit? Fantabulous art. Thank you. Thank you. Why do I have a ping? Where's the ping? One's in Orkana. And one is in Ortomi. Okay. Oops. Okay. Let's see what the next question is while I think about what the hell to do with this bathing suit. This one's from Gorilla. And they ask, if you could visit any planet, either in or outside this solar system, without any danger or harm, which would it be? This is... Okay, this is a hard one, because I don't know shit about planets. Like, I don't know which ones would be fun. Or, you know, scary. I think it would be fun to go to a planet that has other life, but, like, only tentatively. You feel me? What about pink? No, I don't fuck with the pink. What about lighter pink? No, I don't fuck with that either. It's got a contrast from the background and her. What about purple? Jay, you get paid to do art. Tell me the answer to this question. Yellow? Could be yellow, but that's more like the sand. Fuck. Jay, come back. I need your help. It's all fun and games till the planet has giant flying stink bugs? Yeah, no, fuck no. Yeah, no. No thanks. Nah, the green blends in with the background too hard, too. Jay! Jay, I need your expertise! Come here! I'm gonna mess with the hue slider. Pink doesn't work. Salmon kind of works, like a salmon red. Meh, I don't think it does. Orange looks weird. Green blends in with the background too much. I don't know. I need Jay. Orange and pink sunset colors? Oh, you're so smart. I knew I liked you. Okay. Let's start with like a dark-ish blue, and by dark-ish I mean not very dark at all. Oh wait, this actually has notified me of some bad coloring, so let's fix that real quick before I color it fully. I usually don't mind these little white dots in, like, her main body, but oh god, I hate them on like, darker parts, because they look really bad. There we go, okay. You'd go to Mars and put things in the vicinity of the rovers to mess with them? Wait, no, because I want to pet a Mars rover! I lied! Send me to Mars! Send me to Mars so I can say hi to the little guys. I think that's a good answer. I want to say hi to the little guys. Alright, now let's do purple. Let's make it alpha locked. The purple, and now the pink, the magenta. Okay, that's not light enough. Okay, I like this, but I feel like I want to move it up a little bit. Hang on. I think, what if I start with the purple instead? Yeah! There we go. And then I can do the darkest blue up at the very top of the straps. There we go. I think I like that. Hello, hello, welcome in. It's dinner time, be back in a bit. Alright, Moga, hope it's good. Hope it's nummy. Alright, I actually really like this next question. So this next question is also by Gorilla. And they ask, if ViaPig had to spend 1 week in either the hottest desert or the coldest tundra, which one should she pick? And listen, I have the answer for this every single time she's picking the cold. Because here's the deal. You can always put on more layers, but you can only take off so many. So if she had to be in the coldest place ever, she would be in there with a fire. Via looks so adorable. Thank you. I'm not very confident about this bathing suit, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, you can only get so naked. But there is a distinct, like, too much when it comes to, what the hell is it called? There's like a distinct too much when it comes to like taking clothes off, but putting clothes on, no. So I think Girly would be probably in, like, wherever the, I guess, I don't know, she'd be in somewhere with like a hella blankets, a campfire, like a big fire, cozy inside. Because she can always get warmer, but she can sure not get colder. Also, I'm just way more sensitive to heat than cold in general, so I think my body would react way worse to being cold. Can't really remove skin like clothes? Exactly. At least not without getting horrified. Little clouds, maybe? That's true. Would also pick the cold. In the summer, you're constantly dying? Me too. Me too. My AC is blasting in the background right now. I know, fortunately, that my mic doesn't pick it up, but oh god, if it did. I just got a message from Jay. Hang on, I'm checking my Discord real quick. Where's what I need? Shit. There we go. Found it. Okay, let me see. Just realized now that you have a stylus, you can upgrade your drawing in Animal Jam. Oh, wonderful. Okay, let's give her little clouds. Light orange cloud. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm fucking with these clouds. I think they're cute. Okay, another question of a similar vein from Gorilla. It says, ViaPig has to pick either the deep, unmapped parts of the jungle or an isolated, untouched island to spend a week in. Which one is she going with? Frankly, none of it. I think she would opt out of that vacation altogether. She just wouldn't go. Because listen, girl absolutely hates, like bugs and not being able to control temperature and feeling like yucky. So I think she would just die instead. That's my best guess. I think she would just not go. If she had to go, she'd probably just cry, to be fully honest with you. Girl is not prepared to have to deal with that kind of thing. Hang on, guys. I gotta really quickly scarf down these cookies while I draw, or I'm gonna, like, die. Hey, hello, welcome in. Alright, guys, sorry about that. I have successfully inhaled my cookies. And I drank some water. Hello, welcome in. Alright, so now it's time for shading this pig. Been a while since I shaded this style, but I do still think I remember how, fortunately. So we good. And how I do it is I start at the top. Okay, I do remember. I do remember how to shade this. I remember my shading style. Good job, me. Okay, there we go. Now I can do the other thing that I often do, which is this. Y'all still here? Where you at? Come back. I miss you guys. Man, I can't believe the pig is 3 years old. That's crazy to me. And honestly, I will say, even though she is 3, I feel like she's like 1 billion. Because, to me, I don't know, it just feels like way longer that I've had her. Like, I thought maybe we were gone, like, year 4. But then I, like, mathed it out, and no, we're on year 3. Larking, hi Forg. Jay is here, you're struggling not to nap, but man, do you feel like you need it. If you nap, set an alarm so you don't explode. You're alive? Good, 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 good. Alright, so yeah, this shading style I tend to do top to bottom. Sometimes I can't avoid making another layer, but this allows me to make fewer layers, typically. Like if I, you know, if I do things like out to in, I guess, is the best way to say it, then less need to, redo things, or whatever the word is that I'm thinking of. Less need to, like, make extra layers, because, okay, like, for example, right? If I... Okay, let me do it this way, right? If I shade this leg, right? I shade this leggy, and I shade it like so, right? And then I go to shade this part of the body. Well, now, it cut down onto the leg. Well, now if I erase it, I'm also erasing into this shading. So this is why we go bottom to top, or top to bottom, outside to in. Which I also didn't do on this ear, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to be a bit careful when I shade this one, but it shouldn't be that hard, because it's a small spot. Gonna take a nap? Fair enough. Moon says oink. Okay, let me see if there's any new questions, just to make sure. Oh my god, this is so fun. I get to tell such a funny story. So the next question from Gorilla is, what is ViaPig's spookiest experience? Okay, so we've had a lot of experiences that I consider spooky, you know? But I think the one that sticks with me, I don't know if it's necessarily the spookiest, but it's definitely the fucking funniest. Like, by a large margin. Oink! Hello, oink! Anyway, this one is definitely the funniest to me by like a large margin, like it's not even close. So one night, I'm like having paranoia at this current point in time, right? Like when I'm telling this story, I am dealing with my nighttime paranoia. For those who don't know, I have some kind of paranoia that likes to rear its ugly head occasionally. And it's just a nighttime paranoia of, like, something bad happening to me or my family at night. Or, like, something scary happening at night. Like, I just feel uneasy. Not, like, scared of the dark, but just uneasy at night, in general, essentially. And so, what I was... You know, I was getting... So, every night I would, like, get my stuff to go to bed. Like, water and... feeding my dog and like all that, you know, all the things that you gotta do before you go upstairs, grab a snack, you know, whatever. For me, it's mostly letting my dog out and getting water, because usually she's fed by then. but in general. And I went out in the kitchen, and I was standing there. Hang on, I hate how that looks on that side of her face. It's so ugly. Okay, let me try this again. And so I'm in the kitchen, and I look out, and I notice that the garage light is on. And I'm like, that's unusual, because at this point in time, like, I'm the only person up as far as I'm aware. Right? So I'm like, you know, why is our garage door open? Like, why is the light on? And I look out and I realize the garage door is closed. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're fine. So I wait for that light to turn off. So like, I go ahead and I turn off the light. I figure somebody just left it on, whatever, it happens. And then I realize that, in fact, the other light in the garage is on from the other side of the garage. But my first thought is, like, why is there, like, my dad must have left a light on, you know? Cause I don't think about that side of the garage being on. It usually typically isn't. So my first thought is, my dad must have been doing something over there and he left a light on. So I text my mom and I'm like, hey, like, why her hair looks so brushable? Thank you. So I text my mom and I'm like, hey, it seems like dad, like, left a light on down here. In the side of the garage. And she's like, where? And I was like, you know, over near the, sorry, I momentarily got distracted. I was like, oh, you know, like, over near the, other side of the garage. And she's like, well, that shouldn't be on. Like, he wasn't out there doing anything. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, well, go out and see if you can find it to turn it off. And I was like, all right, like, I'll go find it. Right? So I take like 3 steps outside, and all of a sudden, I notice that our garage door on that side is wide open. Now, here is the thing about that. So our garage, frankly, is a absolute disaster. And when I say absolute disaster, I truly do mean that. Our garage is basically taken over by my dad's junk. Like, one side you can barely get in. Like, you couldn't fit a car in this garage, no matter what. Neither side. But we usually come out the second door, the door on the right, because it's easier to, like, you know, getting through there is easier and makes more sense. In general. So, typically when we're coming outside, we're coming out that way. Right? And so I go over there and I'm like, huh, you know, what's the vibes over here? And so there, basically, it has no business being open because nobody even has an opener for it. We have an opener in the garage, like on the wall that can open it. But as far as I know, nobody in our family has, like, an opener for that side of the garage. And our little number pad next to the garage also doesn't open that side of the garage either. So that side of the garage has no business being open unless somebody in the house has opened it, right? So I was like, oh, it must have just been my dad. So I close it, and, like, I move on with what I'm doing. I, like, go back in my office. I'm, like, doing whatever shit that I need to do that day, you know, just existing. And then I go back out, because, like, I guess I wasn't really done. I was, like, making dinner. So I go back out to, like, officially let my dog out at this point. And I notice that shit's open again. And I go, what the fuck? What is happening? And I am frightened at this point, because I notice the light is on again. And if the light's on, that means the garage door is open, right? So, like, then I'm concerned. Because, like, what's it doing? Like, because I had pressed the button and it went back down and we were all good. And so I had, like, gone back to what I was doing. But now it's back up. So I text my mom. She doesn't answer, because at this point it's late as fuck at night. Like, I'm talking, it must have been like 11:30, 12. And she's definitely not awake. But I don't care. I call her. I call her directly. Because at this point, I'm fearing for my life. And she picks up and she's like, what? And I'm like, Mother, The garage door opened again. She's like, what do you mean it opened again? I was like, it's open. I just came out from my office and it's open. And she's like, girl, it's fine. And I was like, no, there's a serial killer for sure. And she's like, I don't think so, but I'll send Dad down to look at it. That garage was an experience. Yeah, I do know. Oh, hell no, garages at night mess me up. I'm telling you. Yeah, so I was like, and my mom's like, it's fine, I'll send Dad down, he'll look at it, he'll close it, whatever. And I'm like, she's like, just try closing it again real quick, and I did, and that shit opened again, and I'm like, nah, mother, please. She's like, okay, I'm sending your dad down, and I was like, okay, please. So he comes down, he tries to close it, that shit closes and opens, like, immediately thereafter, and he's like, well, like, shit, what do we do about this? So, he finally gets it, gets it down, and he has to unplug that shit, right? Cause it seems like it keeps going back up for no reason, essentially, is what we had diagnosed by then. And so he, disconnects it entirely. He unplugs it, he disconnects it from the pulley thing that pulls it up, right? And I'm like, okay, all is well in the world again. You know, we're good. I go to bed. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I am, paranoid as shit, thinking, oh my god, what if a serial killer, got a key fob for our second garage so they can get in and get us, right? Because I'm paranoid. But I go to bed. I don't have any nightmares, thankfully, which is a huge issue with my paranoia sometimes. But no nightmares for me this time. And I think that all is well and I'm asleep. The next night, right, I'm not thinking about it. I've almost completely forgotten that this happened. But I go out into the kitchen to, let my dog out and stuff for bed. And guess what the fuck is open again? Guess what the fuck light is on again? So I go, because I thought, to my knowledge, my dad unplugged that shit, so why is it open again, right? So I'm, tweaking. Garage? Yeah, I'm telling the story about my haunted-ass garage. Hey, Solo. Never had a garage grudge. How the hell do I spell it? Garage. Yeah. So I text my mom, and I'm like, Mother! It's doing it again! And she's like, oh, your dad must have plugged it back in. I'll send him back down, and he'll get it. And he does. And this happened, multiple more times. One time, I came out, and it was closed, and then all of a sudden, I heard the sound of it opening. And I just about shit my pants, because I knew everybody in the house was dead asleep. And there is nobody who would be coming to our house at this hour. And nobody who has a, code for our garage who would be coming over at this hour. So I'm tweaking. I'm like, what is fucking happening? And once again, my dad has to unplug it. I don't know if they fixed it or if it remains unplugged to this day, because this was a couple of years ago. But it fortunately has not happened since. Thank God. Because that was the worst experience of my life. Hands down. Easily the worst. I fucking hated that shit. Oh my god, it was so awful. I was so scared. Because I was like, bro, why is our fucking garage open like that? It shouldn't be doing this. But it was. And I didn't know why, and I was scared. So I would say that's gotta be one of ViaPig's spookiest experiences. I did have other spooky experiences in my life because, fun fact, I'm pretty sure my grandparents' house is haunted. Partially by, something totally harmless, but partially by something that scares the shit out of me. We've always thought my grandmother's house has been haunted by her mom, even though her mom never lived there or anything, but she would always, mess with the photo frames of the grandkids, and or of her great-grandchildren and my grandmother's grandkids, so we definitely have a theory that she's messing around in there, but I don't know about nothing else. But because of that, we do have lots of spooky experiences for sure. But it's just, none of them are super crazy. We had a time where my cousins and I were spending the night at my grandparents' house, and we decided to sleep downstairs because for some reason we thought it was a great idea to try to find the ghosts that were down there, right? We were like, we're gonna bring out our ghost tools. And by the way, our ghost tools were fucking apps that we got on the App Store for 25 cents. Just so you know. Ah, shit. I'm gonna have to do it for this side. That's okay, though. So we were like downstairs. We were so excited. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with us. Why were we excited? And we kept hearing cabinets slam in the kitchen. And we were like, ah, ah, ah! And we would go out in the kitchen and there would be nothing there. And it like sucked. We were so scared. It turned out that it was my grandmother. She kept sneaking downstairs, quiet as shit. And we would hear her in the hall, but whenever we looked, we didn't see her. So we thought, like, there was footsteps in the hall that were, like, not real. It was my grandmother. My grandmother was coming down and slamming cabinets to scare us because she's an asshole. That was one of the more harmless things my grandmother has done to us, but, oh, I was mad. I was mad about that one. That one scared the shit out of me. My one cousin was so scared. He's the only guy in the in our, like, family age group. He was so scared that he didn't want to get up to go pee, so he's like, guys, someone give me a water bottle. And we were like, okay, because none of us wanted to get up either. And if he's scared, he's the guy. He's the one who's gonna protect us. Nah, you can have our water bottle, bro. But, I also had a time that I was in my grandmother's basement. I was working out, air quote, like I was on one of the exercise machines, right? And all of a sudden, I got this unfathomable feeling that something was watching me. And I had no idea what it could possibly be, but it scared the shit out of me. And I made my grandmother come down and get me. Because I was scared. I was too scared to walk upstairs myself. Frankly, me and all of my cousins are afraid of her basement. And it's funny because, like, my basement at my house, our basement here is not finished. You go down there, that shit looks terrifying. My grandmother's basement, fully finished, carpeted, walls painted, beautiful white, like, molding. It's pristine. It's also empty as shit. There's only, like, a little bit of furniture down there. And it's so scary. And I don't know why. It just is. Okay, I'm going to need another layer for this leggy. Want to go to her basement now? Via, next time I visit, we do basement? I mean, it's funny, though, because I don't know. I don't think there's actually anything down there. I think we're just paranoid kids, but you never know. I remember one time we did a Ouija board, and whether you believe in those or not, we allegedly connected with Walt Disney, so that was definitely real. I don't know why me, with all the paranoia on Earth, decided it was a good idea to try to do a Ouija board, but you know. Or Ouija board, whatever. But yeah, we've had, like, experiences like that. Apparently when my mom was a kid, my grandmother heard my mom, like, crying and went to be like, Christy, what do you need? And my mom was, like, dead asleep, so apparently that was a haunted experience that they had in that house, but I wasn't alive at the time. So, yeah, I don't know, but no thank you. Wanted to sleep in a basement? Girl, no. Your house has a basement and it's where you live? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let me see if there's any other ViaPig questions. Nope, okay. If anybody does have any ViaPig questions, the questions are open for the entirety of the stream, which shall be going for at least another hour, if not 2. I do have it scheduled till 8, but I don't know if I'll actually go till 8, because I'm hungry. We'll see. Anyways, gotta go to physical therapy. Well, thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. Heart emoji. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let me just give her a bit of extra shading under her chin. There we go. Oh shit, I almost forgot the beach ball. Let me do that while I'm here. Whoops, that's the eraser. By the way, if you guys are having fun watching me work in this style, just know, come October, you'll be watching me do it every day. Every single day, because Once again, I'll be a maniac streaming every day of October for my Inktober challenge. Although those days I may not be talking consistently. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see how that goes. Streams definitely won't be as long, because it doesn't take me very long to do art in this style, because it's pretty simple. Frankly, the rendering is the longest part of it. There we go. Erase it off her hand. There we are. Alright, we've got one layer of shading on the pig. Now we're gonna add another one real quick. This next layer is gonna be blue. Not that dark, though. Yeah, light like that. Okay. Hello, hello, Knight. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing? The basement is the closest thing to the damn Hobbit home. You'll get it. That's so neat. If the house you move into has one, you'll probably will be down there and call it a dungeon instead of a basement. That's funny as shit. Cool down there? Where we went in once. I don't know if they all are. Our basement's kind of gross. I ain't gonna lie to you. Our basement downstairs is unfinished and it smells bad. There's nothing unpacking your nightmare. Oh, yeah. I forgot. God, I wish you a swift unpacking, because dear God, would I not want to be doing that. That sounds so unfun, my friend. Why? Why? We're skipping this song. Soon Moon will exist? Do you mean your suit? You know, this is the first art I'm doing in the Inktober style since I learned how to shade, scenes that are out in the sun. So that's fun. Don't have basements here because, fun fact, 80% of Mississippi and all of Louisiana is below sea level. That makes sense. Yeah, I could see that. Fortunately, that is not a problem we have here, but, our basement does occasionally flood, though. Whenever we have crazy runoff from the snow, sometimes our basement will flood, especially if the sump pump isn't working right. Why is that such a thin line? I hate that. I hate when I double tap to switch back to my eraser and it doesn't fucking work and I gotta double tap like 4 times. Like, what's with that, bro? Apple, get your shit together. Your back entertain you while you do the dishwasher Tetris? Oh god. Your artist finally improved in Animal Jam because of the stylist? Good job, good job. Ah, Snow, how I miss thee. The real feel here is 110 degrees. Oh, nah. Oh, nah, girl. I'm so sorry. That's the worst thing I've heard today, to be honest with you, Knight. I don't think I'd survive being you, TBH. Highest point where you live? It's your Piggyversary? What? How many years? ViaPig is 3 years old today. I designed her on August 10th of 2023. And I have had her ever since. Imagine being able to be 3 and 20 and 29 at the same time. What a talented creature she is. You're in the heat dome with a few southern states, mostly over Texas. Disgusting, dude. I wouldn't live. I genuinely wouldn't live. I'm so heat sensitive. Nah. Nope. I'd pass away. And this is why I live in New York, where it's cold as shit most of the time. Well, not most of the time, but, you know, when it matters, it's cold as shit. And thankfully, we almost never get to the hundreds. I would cry. I never wish to be there in my life. You can only get so naked, but you can add as many layers as you want. And that's the story I stick with. Alright, so we've got the shading portion done. Mostly. I have to add a bit under her hair and arm. Funny enough, it's only 85 right now, but it's cloudy and rainy. Without that, it would be hotter. 110's heat sucks. Yeah, it do. I bet it do. I don't have it, fortunately, but I bet it do. What is it here right now, I wonder? Hang on. Doesn't say. It's 77 degrees here right now. Sorry. Answering an important text. Oh, I forgot to do the ball. Whoops. Okay, let me do that real quick. There we go. Oh, I also do need to do a little bit on this wrist area. Realistically speaking, it would definitely go there. That's too big, though. Okay, there we go. I think... Oh, right, her hair. Duh. Duh. I think I want to do her hair with the pink, though, so let me go down a layer and do that. Not the sad Pokemon song. There we go. Okay. Now I can start the rendering portion for the lighting. There we go. I had to fix that. That wasn't, like, dark enough for me, for my taste on the situation. But now it is, so we're good. I think the hottest you've experienced is 122, but that was a few years ago. How are you people alive? Genuinely, how are you people alive? I would not survive. You guys are stronger than I could ever be in my lifetime, TBH. Okay. Let's do the lighting now. And then we'll mess with the levels. Now this one is the opposite. We go from the bottom up. need more of an orange color, I think. Still more orange. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Air conditioner in spite? That's fair. Yeah, I don't know how... You don't know how you're alive? You didn't have AC or anything back then? Just water. Goodness. Moon. I feel so bad. That sounds like hell. Jeez. Whoops. Let's do this really big, actually. God, I love shading in this style. And I'm glad I get to do this piece because this is a good practice. Oinktober is just around the corner, kinda, sorta. And so having the ability to practice the style that I specifically do for it right now, really, really thankful for that. Just make this way smaller. It's just so fun. It's such a fun style that I made for it. Yeah, no, so I think the hottest we've gotten in New York this year is like 88 or 90, probably. Thank God. I think any hotter and I would have cried and passed away. You guys wouldn't know of Via the Pig, she'd be dead. Is that a little bit dramatic? Maybe. But is it true? Also, yes. Okay. Reading. It's what happens when you're born into a family that wants to live off grid and has power issues, which sucks. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I know I just keep saying that, but oh my goodness. That just sounds so difficult to deal with. I mean, I guess at a certain point your body gets more used to it, at least, I would think. But still not nearly as much as I imagine you would need it to be comfortable. You know? Oh, let me check the ViaPig questions chat. It's been a second since I looked in there. Okay, no. Let's see. There is some that I've missed. Okay. Gorilla's really carrying the ViaPig question chat right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So, from Gorilla, if ViaPig could own a pet of any animal and have it be completely happy in her care, what animal would it be? I'm gonna go ahead and you didn't say so, but I'm going to. I'm going to exclude pigs. Because in real life, the answer to that, I would want a pig no matter what. Like, I don't care what anybody tells me about pigs, I want one. I want one, I've wanted one my whole life, my mom still won't let me have one, I want one. I know theoretically I could buy a pig if I wanted to, my mom would not let it live in our house, so, couldn't buy one. I think if I had to pick something that's not a pig, right? Which is what I'm deciding to do here. I would probably go with a bird. So here's some possibly little known lore about me, is that I love birds. And I used to have one. My bird's name, I had two actually. One of them was Pixel. He was my most recent bird, and the other one was North, who I had before him. And for some reason, birds just don't do well in our house. Our house is very old, so I don't know if it's like the ghosts are killing them, or if there's something in our house that's not good for birds, which I don't think there is, because we worked really hard to get rid of all the unsafe things like candles and our pots and stuff, but for some reason I don't know, we just had issues with our birds surviving here, and it sucks. So if I could have a pet and they would be completely happy no matter what, I would pick a bird. I would pick a bird every time. A parrot specifically. I think Via would probably really, really want a ringneck. They're my favorite kind of parrots. I think they're so cute. Theoretically, I would say an African gray, but I can't handle the dust that comes with them. So yeah, definitely a parrot specifically. Yeah. If it's dry heat, you can sometimes handle up to low 90s for a while, but if it's humid, you die in the 80s. That's real. We did have some really humid days in New York, and that was not fucking fun. Okay. Would ViaPig rather live in a super haunted house or a house with lots of insects? Haunted. Because listen, I have the worst paranoia on planet Earth, but the amount of tolerance I have for bugs is far too low for me to live in a house infested with them. Okay? I would not be able to survive. Ooh, wait, no, that fucks, actually. Wait, I like that. Let me make the shading really subtle, actually. I liked that a lot. Yeah, that's a pig in summer right now, bro. Yeah, no, she'd definitely pick to live in somewhere that's really haunted. She would just hate being there. But that's where she would go, I would say. Let's see, I need my pencil brush again. There it is. Then another question is, what's ViaPig's favorite website? Assuming Discord doesn't count, because that would be our answer otherwise. Sorry, messing with this color. I would say in the past, she would have said DeviantArt easily. Because DeviantArt was her favorite place for a long time. Unfortunately, DeviantArt is ass now, so that sure isn't her answer anymore. Now, I think her answer would probably be YouTube. Because she'd just be doing stuff on YouTube. Or alternatively, like, Liaden. Because she plays Liaden. Yeah, probably that. I think one of the other answers I could use is her own. Because I do have a card website. But I think that's a cop-out, so yeah, I'm not going to use that one. Okay, next and final question that I have in here right now is, what's ViaPig's favorite aesthetic? I would say it depends on for what. I think in general, she thinks farmcore is so cute. Loves her some farmcore. Also, naturally, a big fan of, like, things that are pink. But, obviously, you know. Yeah, probably farmcore or her brand aesthetic. Is what I would say, probably, yeah. Sorry, I know that's not a super exciting answer, but I just think farmcore is really cute. I have a farmcore village going on, like a farmcore town in Animal Crossing. I will say it's like a pastel farmcore, so I guess maybe that's more specific. There's a tree on the mountain that you used to think was a T-Rex. That's so specifically. It's so specific. Why did you think that? Like I'm curious to know the story about that. Like, was it like the shape, or did it like move weird in the wind? Like, I gotta know, Moon. I'm really, really intrigued by that. Moga says every house that you've been in has been haunted. Hate that for you. I know Knight's last house was haunted as shit. Knight, do you think your current house is haunted as shit? Did you pick it based on the vibes that it's not haunted as shit? I gotta know. Like, did you go in there and say, ah, yes, this house doesn't feel haunted, or did you not have the time for that shit? It looks like one. Because I know you had to move pretty quick, so I would understand if you, like, you didn't have time to feel out the vibes. But what do you think now that you're, like, there? I'm curious. Where was I just coloring? Her little hands. Got it. Hang on, I gotta look at the gauntlet art once again. Hang on, chat. I have a curiosity about how I did things. Okay, well that one has light sources from everywhere. Okay. So I did do it how I thought I did. Alright. Good. The shape and color of it? Okay, that makes sense. I've definitely had, like, things in my house that have made, like, jump scared me thinking they're, like, a person before, but I don't think anything outside has ever gotten me like that. Nah, 2 to 3 ghosts in this one are chill. They mostly act like annoying cats more than anything. Fair. I will say I'm better with chill ghosts. Like if there's a presence that's not there to, like, bug me, they're just there to, you know, be haha funny or, you know, just be acknowledged. Alright, that's fine, you know. Like, will it still bother me a little? Probably. But, like, you know, I've heard some stories where people, like, you know, if somebody's like, hey, to, like, whatever ghost is in their house, and they'd be like, hey, like, you're making me really nervous, can you please not do that? And then the ghost, like, doesn't do that anymore, and they find some other way to interact. And I think the ones that are chill are W. You're home finally. Welcome home, Moon. I got a question for everybody in chat. So, because I've talked about playing Pokopia a bunch. That's like my current game obsession. CC and I have been playing the shit out of it. We have a huge build idea coming, but we have to up the environment level in our in one of the towns to unlock the crafting recipe we need. So for those of you who are gamers, what games are you currently locked in on? I would say not necessarily like a game that is in your rotation, but like the one that you're most actively playing. Like something you pick up every day or every couple days. Animal Hospital? Tell me about that. I've heard you mention it, but I don't know what it is. The most dramatic thing was a little poster getting chucked across a room one time, but, like, not at anything. Tomodachi Life, W. I should show you guys Tomodachi Via at some point. She looks really silly. She's silly and cute, and I love her, and I think you guys should see her. I can technically show you at any point today, if you guys want. Because I do have a capture card, and my Switch is connected in the dock right now. Because I was playing Pokopia on my computer before this. Because basically, I have a TV, but my TV pisses me off because it is the slowest smart TV on planet Earth. So when I want to play a Switch game, instead of dealing with the TV, I just turn on my computer, slap that shit in the dock, open up OBS, and play through that. Because I don't have any latency or anything, so it works out. An anomaly game in a hospital on Roblox? Oh, okay. Mortal Kombat or Gang Beasts? I've never heard of Gang Beasts. Have heard of Mortal Kombat, of course. Don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, but I've heard of it, at least. Normally play it with Loki and Saturn. Gotcha. Yeah, so I've been having fun with Pokopia. It came out with a DLC, the Bubbly Basin DLC, which allows you to go to what is essentially Cerulean City. And you get to mess around in there however you so desire. And one of the builds that I'm really excited to do, sorry, I'm looking around to make sure I didn't miss anything. One of the builds that I'm particularly excited to do is I want to make a... Okay, how do I explain this? So in Bubbly Basin, there's an area that's like an underwater cave, but you go inside and there's an air pocket in there. And that's where the Pokemon Center is. There's a house, there's a hot spring area. And I like that area a ton. It's really neat. And I want to build a, like, terrarium around it. I want to dig it out from the, like, mountain that it's stuck in and build up a terrarium around it so that I can, so that it's like you can see into it from outside. I think it'll look really cool. I saw it on, somebody did it on Facebook, and I was like, whoa, I want to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have glass windows unlocked yet. I just unlocked glass panes today, but I don't have glass windows, and also I don't have glass, horizontal windows either. So I'm currently grinding through, what's it called? I'm currently grinding through, what is it called? It's the Skylands area. And, I'm trying to get through there so that I can unlock the glass that I need for my build. And then I'll go back to Bubbly Basin. I've been playing a lot in Bubbly Basin. Honestly, I dropped Pokopia for a while after it came out, but I'm back now because of the DLC. Cece and I both. Okay, guys. I kind of think I'm done. Probably Monster Hunter and Dark Souls 3 if you're not counting idle games. I think idle games count if you're paying attention to them frequently. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna add a shadow underneath her and a couple little dots for the, sand. Let's give her a little shadow first of all. It's gonna be pink first, and then it'll be blue. There we go. Now I can put those together and Actually, I gotta erase them first, but... I would love to play Pokopia on stream, by the way. I thought about doing that. Not like in one of my art streams, but just in a stream in general, I think I would like to do. In that case, Idol Slayer and Idol Revolution. Swimsuit ViaPig has been realized. Correct. Check the questions chat real quick. Good thing I did. New question. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay. ViaPig must now only consume one type of food and drink for the rest of her days. What is she choosing? I'm choosing steak. I fucking love steak. And I'm choosing lemonade. Steak and lemonade. Strawberry lemonade, specifically. I also like choosing steak because there's so many ways you can prepare it. So we could, you know, we can make it interesting and different. One of your favorite shows is Ugly Betty. Do any of y'all know about it? I have heard of it. I don't know what it is, though. I don't know anything about it. But I'm aware of it, basically. I think that's it. I mean, I gotta do her eyes. Oh, and I was gonna add some stuff in the sand. That's right. Let me do her eyes first. Okay. Eyeball color. That's too big. Smaller eyeball color. Too big. Smaller eyeball color. Is this the... Okay, yeah. You have a bunch of packages to open and wrap? Very fun. Happy World Elephant Day and Piggyversary? That's crazy. I didn't know it was World Elephant Day. Well, happy World Elephant Day. Technically, my Piggyversary was a couple days ago, but celebrating it today. Okay, now let's alpha lock these. And then I'll do the slightly lighter color. Oops. Alright, even lighter color. I'm sad, Night disappeared, and so I didn't get the answer to if her new house is haunted. This is messed up. Wait, that's supposed to be with the pencil, huh? There we are. Oh, she's so cute. I love this piece. Okay, let me multiply this and hang on. I'm gonna basically put my watermark and then trace my watermark. Too small. Too small. Hang on, my Digimon is summoning me? What does it want? Oh lord, they're dying. I fear I've ignored my Digimon too long and now it's exploding. There we go. Okay, so I put that there, lower its opacity, then I gotta trace over it with the pencil. Be right back. Okay. My Digimon are ill, chat. I'm such a bad owner of Digimon. Might not add the 2026 because I don't think I can get a pen small enough to do that. No, I can't. Oh well. There's that. Hang on, I'm still checking on my Digimon. Oh god, they're starving to death, guys. I'm a terrible parent. Hang on, sorry, bear with me. I hope you guys aren't hearing that. Is there a speaker I can cover up? No, there's not. Your uncles are beating each other up in the family group chat with gifts? That's funny. I hope that's hilarious. I hope you're, like, thoroughly entertained while you watch that. You know what? While I take care of these Digimon, I'm gonna play the ViaPig time-lapse. ViaPig's hanging out at the beach while her children starve? She doesn't have any children! Oh, you mean my Tamagotchis? Yeah, no, guilty. Guilty as charged. 1 second, I'm gonna play the time-lapse while I take care of this little dude. Alright, we're back from the time-lapse. You didn't have scissors, so you gotta use a butter knife. You've misplaced the butter knife. How far apart were those messages? You found it. These messages were each like 2 minutes apart max. That's so funny. Ugh. Okay. One thing I realized I didn't do on this is those little splash marks. So I'm gonna really quick turn back on the sketch and add them, because I liked those. I thought they were fun. Splash, splash. Splash. Just got one up by her head, that's right. There we go. Now I can turn off the sketch again. And there those are. Let's see. Back in setting up the garlic phone stream. Garlic. Fuck, I did it again. The Garlic phone stream for later. Can you have a cupcake? Unfortunately, I have only one. So I cannot give it away. I'm gonna try something real quick. If y'all know me, I gotta try the white outline thing before I finish a piece. I just gotta do it. I always do. Sometimes it adds to the piece, sometimes I feel like it separates her too much from the background. But sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's not, so we'll see. We'll see what the verdict today is. Oops. So far, my verdict is neutral. Welcome back, Jay. How was your nap? Fantastic looking art. Thank you very much. Why wrapping things so hard? I love wrapping things, TBH. I'm a little jealous. I love wrapping things so much that my grandmother asks me every year if I want to do it for her. For, like, Christmas. I used to say yes every time, but she's been pissing me off, so I haven't done it in a while. Also used to wrap my aunt's presents for her kids. Didn't feel like enough? They never do. TBH. I will say, I think you probably took one that was too long. Because realistically, you should never take a nap more than like 15 to 25 minutes long. Because as soon as it's longer than that, you're activating REM sleep. But then you're not getting enough REM sleep, and then you're gonna wake up because you're like, you know, your brain is fully turned off at the point of REM sleep, and then you wake up feeling tired because, you know, your body's like, oh shit, I gotta wake back up. Let me try doing it on top as well. As I always do. But if you sleep for like 15 to 25 minutes, you don't get into REM sleep typically, and so when you wake up, it actually feels energizing. Why didn't anyone tell me? I did tell you. Like, I have told you before, because I've talked about why we take short naps, like 15 minutes. Yeah, no, I've definitely told you that before, Jay. You selective listener, you. Do I like this? I haven't decided yet. Okay. Me doing all this work just to possibly not like it. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the play, even though I think it's adorable. Because I think it's better when she's immersed in the background. I did all that for nothing. If you're wondering what you're rapping, Loki turns #1 on Tuesday. Oh, okay. Okay, very fun. Very fun and very cool. Hang on, sorry, I'm looking at a message on Discord. Ugh. Let me check the question channel real quick. Okay, nothing new. Good, 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 good. The one time I keep up with my question channel. Proud of me. Okay. Welp. We have a piggy. We sure do. I think I'm gonna consider this piece done. So let me send it. I'm gonna look around and see if I have any more things that I want to do. If I don't, I might end stream. But I feel bad only doing one piece, so I'm hesitant. Let me look through my ViaPig folder, see if there's anything simple. I have an expression meme that I want to do, but that's a lot to do right now. You know what, chat? I'm gonna make an emote. Whoops. There we go. Press the right button. Have you seen Netflix Moxie in the Super Mario Galaxy movie? I have not. Either one of them. What an adorable piggy. This is a scam. Why do you feel so eeby? I just told you why. You slept too long and your brain said, Okay, so this is my ViaPig emote, this is my ViaPig emote canvas, where I've been making emotes recently. And by recently, I mean literally years ago. Let me hide those ones. So, I've got a couple that I want to do. Let me write down a list real quick. So I'm gonna write, I want to do Angie. I want to do... Well, hang on. I might be able to do this one anyway. Can I take the hands off? No, okay. Ugh. I didn't like that. Why did it do that? So I've got the Angie, I've got the cute plead face. What else do I need to do? I keep saying, like, oh, I wish I had an emote for this, but I don't know what it is. Pensive, probably, I should do. Point at the viewer. What else I want to do? I'm trying to think of all the ones where I'm like, oh man, I wish I had a ViaPig emote for that. But I'm struggling. I feel like so many ideas have left my brain in recent. Hang on, let me look at my frequently used emotes. That might help. Thought that was gonna say Madagascar. Okay, let me see what's in my frequently used emojis that I don't have. Oh, reaching is a good one. Horrified, that's a good one. Palms up. I don't know if you guys know which one that is, but it's the one where it's like the hands are side by side and they're like holding like this, like they're holding something out to you. That's the one I'm talking about. I already have Via Gun, have Via IC. Gotta do eggs probably. What else I got? Got a sobbing one. I'm gonna tentatively put hug on here. Even though I know I don't want to do that one because it'll take forever. But I want it eventually. I want to do a skull one, but I don't know how I can do that and make it look ViaPig adjacent. So I'm going to put a question mark on there. Ooh, squint is good. You guys are not going to know what this one means, but trust. I think this is everything I need. Like, based off of what I'm seeing here, emojis that I use often. Okay, let's see what I can sketch up. Butter knife sucks for this? Damn, I bet. That's scheduled. You want me to throw you the link in the Discord? I mean, you can put it in the self-promo channel. I don't know if I'll be able to watch because I'm going to have to cook dinner as soon as I get off stream, but I might. Oh, is there anything in this other list that I had before? Thanks, pain, horror, yikes. I already did all those, okay. Alright, I'm gonna, like, what I'm gonna do instead of, like, straight up making the emotes, I'm just gonna doodle them. I'm gonna doodle, like, a bunch of them, and then when I'm, you know, then I'll have them for later. Because I don't have that much time, I've got less than an hour. But yeah, send it. I might put it on in the background while I cook dinner. Hang on. So, let's do the hoof pointing first. This one's one of the easiest ones to do, I would say. I think this is probably the best I can get for the U one. Like that. But I think it looks good. So we'll do that one. Let me do the palms facing up together one, because I have the symmetry line out. Clipping mask. Whoops, not clipping mask. I meant drawing assist. That's what you did with you, so turnabout and all that. Yeah. If anything, even if I can't, because usually when I cook, I listen to an audiobook. Even if I can't, like, put it on while I'm cooking, like, on my phone, I'll leave it up on my computer. Give you that sweet, sweet watch time, my friend. Good thing to think about is going to school is that Christmas is soon, and Christmas is your favorite time of year. That's fair. Christmas is fun. Okay, let me do the rough shape of these. Okay. we go. And he gives a little hoof. Thumb situation. There we go. These hand ones will be the easiest ones to finish, so I'm not going to stress about it. I like the hand ones. I also have like a... What's it called? What would you call that? High of the Fives to Moga? Correct, correct. Given that it's not yet past spooky month, Christmas is not... Yeah, no, you're right, actually. I fear you have a point. Sorry, Root Beer. Okay, so we got the palms up emoji. What else I gotta do? Hang on, let me check these off on my little list. We've got palms up, yes. We got point at viewer, yes. Okay, let's see what now. We gotta do Madge Piggy. I don't know what that'll look like. I'm gonna put reaching on the back burner because I do have the give emoji, so I think that works. Ah, yes, my favorite activity, giving Via those big old eyes. How do I make this look normal? Since you have school tomorrow, you won't be able to stay up during your normal time? That's fair. Maybe I have to put them further apart. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I need to bring her face down a little bit. Whoops. I need to... Why do I keep using such a big eraser, bro? Damn. Okay, there we go. For some reason, this expression is really hard for me. You wake up at 5 in the morning and get on your bus by 6? Oh, I remember those days. Oh boy, do I. I don't know if she looks horrified enough, chat. What do you guys think? More wrinkles. I think, hang on, I know what else I need to add. It's something that's actually on the emote, but I didn't have on her yet. Hang on, let me look at the emote real quick. See the comment before the wrinkles? You get a bonus because you're a morning person. Gotcha. I will say, I think it's funny, because I would go, oh, like, I'm... You know, I don't miss those days. I'm also a morning person, though. Yeah, okay. I got the horrified emoji. Yeah, she looks horrified now. Sufficiently. That's a sufficiently horrified pig if I've ever seen one. Let me fix her hair real quick, though. I don't fuck with her hair right now. There we go. That's better. That's a sufficiently horrified pig, if I say so. Okay. No new questions. Always gotta check. Okay, so we got horrified, palms pointing. Don't need reaching right now. Let's do eggs, because I think eggs and pleading can have the same vibes. So we'll do that. Oh wait, hold on. Eggs is kind of a weird one. Let me start with the eyes. No, I hate it. I don't know if that one's doable with Via the Pig. Keep misplacing the butter knife? No! Okay, let's try Squint. Squint sounds doable. Because, you know, it's just a normal pig expression. It doesn't need to be particularly intense. Okay, I like this already. Let me take this eye and copy it and paste it. Whoops. Dear God. Oh, she's so suspicious. Does she not have a silverware drawer? Oh, I think Moon is they're using Moon is currently using a butter knife to wrap or to cut packages open and wrap presents. That's the knife. Like she's using it actively. That's why it's not put away. There we go. Ear 1. Feel like these need to be bigger. They're comically not big enough. This is a tough expression to nail because I don't want it to look like glasses. So I think I have to leave her with no nose line, because otherwise it looks like she's wearing glasses. Everything's wrapped? Congratulations. God, I'm so excited to have new ViaPig emojis. In the works, rather. I don't have them yet, obviously. There we go. Alright, what's next? Let me check off the sus one. The squinting. Let's try pensive, because that's another one I can do symmetrical. I hope I can nail pensive. I love the pensive emoji. Maybe I move this down a little bit. Hang on, do I have the angle right? You can now put your new Pikachu up with the others and put Link somewhere too. It's a witch Pikachu? Very cool. Very cool. The eyebrows need to be up way higher. I gotta make her ears look sad. Am I stupid? What is happening right now? I guess that's good. Whoops, whoops. Alright, there we go. I like that. You like how, you like how you can go to my stream in 2 days? What do you mean by that? I'm confused. You're in my stream right now. Like you can open the next stream and lurk there? Did you not do that today? Also, I'm confused, sorry. Whoops. You have a question? Ask away. Okay, we'll keep that one. Right under palms up. Whoopsies. That looks bad. It's not centered. Say somebody called you out on something and tried to cancel you. Would you A, make a video explaining those things aren't true? Hopefully, or B, create a corny animation meme. Oh, I know what this is about. I heard about this. Not that I care about internet drama, but personally, I would probably just make a video and or document, depends where it is. Trying to clear that shit. I've actually had to do this before because I had an ex-best friend try to cancel me, and I had to write a beware document that was like 35 pages long. It was obnoxious. Happening again with somebody else? Damn, that sucks. Glad I don't care about glad I don't care about internet drama. Shit. There we go. I think I made that too intense of an angle. Let's chill it out a little bit. I just copied it, I thought. What the heck? There we go. What? Bruh. Copy, paste. There we go. How do I express Madge properly for this piggy? I feel like she can't look mad easily. Because she's just so silly. How do you make a silly creature angry? Okay. God, I hate that my emote style is so inconsistent, but God, I love making emotes. I'm struggling so hard right now. There we go. Game Boy noise. Oh yeah, that's the one. Oh my God, she's pissed. She's pissed. Hey, so remember how I said I don't care about you? I don't care about drama on the internet? Stop talking about drama on the internet. This ain't got nothing to do with me, so I don't need to know. God, she's mad as fuck right now. Oh shit, there's new questions I didn't see. I'm so sorry. Okay. What's ViaPig's least favoriteest? Wait, oh my God. Guys, holy shit, there's so many questions. I'm so sorry that I missed them. ViaPig, hang on, let me see. Yeah. ViaPig gets 3 wishes from a genie. What are they? Shit. I think she's got a wish for, like, teleportation magic. Or, like, the ability to teleport. She probably... Good questions. Good questions. She's definitely wishing for the, ability to teleport. Do I want to add a body to this one? I think it would be really funny, but I don't know if I actually want to. Nah. We'll just make her Angie. And then I gotta do that, what's it called? You know, the line thing that's on, that they, you know, these. She's gotta have one of those, because she's mad as fuck. You feel me? There we go. There we go, we got Angie. Okay, next question. Would ViaPig rather have a unicorn or a dragon as a companion? Unicorn, for sure. I used to be a horse girl, so it's gotta be unicorn for me. I've always, like, I used to have a horse. I really miss having a horse. Definitely gonna be a unicorn situation. Okay, now I've got to do the full body ones, so this is gonna be a little hard. Well, maybe not. Let me finish answering these ViaPig questions, because I've only got 10 minutes left of stream, so... What occupation would ViaPig have if she was part of the Oinky Orchard universe? Fun that you ask this, because I actually did consider putting ViaPig in the Oinky Orchard universe, and in that, like, theory crafting, she sells art in the market. She's like an artist. She does arts and crafts. She, like, sells paintings and shit. And caricature drawings. In the big old marketplace. I think that's, like, what her favorite thing would probably be. What's ViaPig's least favorite aesthetic? I really hate... like... Okay, how do I explain this? I really hate, like, the really old toy aesthetic. Like, where, like, where everything is, like, red and blue and yellow. I fucking hate it. I think it's so ugly. I just think it looks so bad. Hang on, I'm trying to... I'm gonna need to actually pull up the God meme for this, so I'll do that one later. Same with the hug meme, actually, so I'll have to pull both of those up later. Let me try dead. Is ViaPig a night owl or an early bird? Early bird. Used to be night owl, though. But the paranoia has shifted that to early bird. How do I make ViaPig look dead as fuck and still make her look like a pig? I gotta do it like how Spirit Halloween does it, you know? Or the skull is like they have, the cat has ears on its skull. So she's gotta have like a pig nose still. This looks so fucking cursed. I hate this. Hang on. Let me see what the dead looks like in Discord. Okay, that's easier, actually. Does ViaPig know any constellations? If so, what are her favorite ones? Off the top of my head, I don't know any, like, crazy popular ones. But I think she'd like the pig one. I know there's a boar, so she probably likes that one. Speaking of boar, I think it's cute if she has the tusks on this one. How do I make this look like silly? I think that's probably the best I can do. Let me make this nose a little bigger. I think that would make it funnier. Oh yeah, this is the one. Yep, that's exactly as stupid as it needs to be. Dead. Okay. If ViaPig were a sea creature, what would she be? I actually have no idea. I want to say orca because I like them, or dolphin, but dolphins and orcas are assholes. So it's like I don't really want to say that. You feel me? Maybe like a sea slug. Let's see. Somebody, the Storyteller Diaries. Hi, I saw you from Art Fight this year, and your persona shares the same birthday as me, so yay, just want to know what the concept was with making them. I don't know if you're still here, but if you mean her birthday June 10th, then we are birthday twins, because that's my real birthday. So, hey birthday twin, if that's what you mean. Just want to know about the concept was with making her. I will say, I can't explain it as well as the video on my channel does. There's a video on my channel, it's 3 videos back, it's like Draw My Persona with me, and that talks about how she came to be, if you're interested in that, because I'm about to end off, so I can't, you know. What D&D class would ViaPig be? What would her moral scaling be, like lawful, good, chaotic, evil, etc.? I think ViaPig would be neutral good. Because, like, she always wants to do the, like, kind thing, but she's not going to always follow, like, the law, you know? Like, if she thinks the law is corrupt, she ain't gonna follow that shit. You feel me? What class would she be? Hilarious that you say this, because, fun fact, I do play ViaPig occasionally in our D&D campaign. Our character canonically has DID, since, you know, I do. And how I play that is that they have a shape-shifting magic, like, this is an actual spell in their arsenal, and they can use it to transform with varying degrees of, like, length of time they can hold it for, and ViaPig is one of their main forms, and they are a mage. So, there is that. Thank you guys so much for asking all these questions about ViaPig. I had a really fun time answering them all. Okay, let's go to the live chat. Your pig is so cute. Oh my god. Thank you, Leon. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Merpig. Man, I'm dead. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Piggy sent you a question. I hope you saw it. I hope you saw the answer to that. I'm silly. Leon Kennedy mentioned. Alright, guys. So, these are the emotes I managed to come up with for today. And that's on top of the art piece that I did of ViaPig at the beach, which is this one. This is all we got done today for ViaPig's birthday. Question, will we ever meet your other alters or no? Probably not on this channel. Cece talks in my server a lot. Rai occasionally talks in my server. But I don't have Plural Kid in there, so nobody else really talks. And this is, like, specifically my channel. We used to stream on Twitch under Helios Rift, and that was me and Cece. And we still kind of want to do that, but I don't know how consistent we could be with it, so. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for coming and celebrating ViaPig's Piggyversary with me. I had a great time. I'm glad I got the art done that I did, because I've been really wanting to do that summer piece, and I've been really lazy about getting ViaPig some new emotes, so that was a great time. I had so much fun. Answering your questions was so much fun. The questions were really out there, and some of them were really challenging for me. Some of them prompted really cool things. I just had a great time, and I hope that you guys did too. If you had fun, remember that I am streaming again on Friday at the same time, so 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a 4-hour gap that ends right now on Friday. I will say also, Root Beer, my other alters can't draw, so that's another reason they won't be on this channel. Anyway, if you had fun, don't forget to like the stream. If you would like to be notified next time I stream, you could subscribe and turn on the notification bell. If you're not up to subscribing, that's totally fine. Alternatively, I have a Discord server, and there's a ping roll for streams. That's totally optional to get. If you're interested in joining, !Discord and chat, and it'll pull up the link. When you get there, there's just a brief verification CAPTCHA thing you gotta do, just to make sure that we know that you're not a spam bot. And after that, you can either just pick some ping rolls, or you can opt in with the big oinker roll to get into the social channels in my server. No matter what, I hope I see you around next time. Thank you so much for coming. That's gonna be me out, because I need to go make dinner. I'm hungry, chat! And I hope that if you guys haven't had dinner yet, that you will soon. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Happy Piggyversary to Via. And thank you guys for celebrating it with me.